I was working in a to think I was working in a bank in a corporate world, and then when I went to Sydney, my first job was being a cleaner. So
Totally.
that was
Yep.
totally different for me.
Totally
But then
different.
um that's the difference here in Australia. If any job is a job, you are respected for whatever you do.
Right.
So
Correct.
I don't care if I'm a cleaner. So what? It gives me enough
Yes.
money to get me by. So
Okay.
Every year, thousands of people migrate to other countries in search for a better life.
Each one with a story to tell of courage and determination.
Adjusting to a new country is not that easy.
Here at Migrant Tribe, we honor you.
So join us as we share our stories from our journey down under.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Migrant Tribe. Stories from our journey down under, episode 42. This is Joseph. Together with me are the other members of the tribe. There's John. Say hi,
Hi
John.
everyone. Welcome
Hey,
back.
John. Good. And there's an Erwin. Hi, Erwin. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Okay. So in today's episode, we'll be speaking to an international student. She'll be sharing her experience, how she was able to why she chose Australia, and the process that she had to undergo um, studying here in Australia. So I'd like to welcome her, a big migrant tribe. Welcome to Kathrine. Hi, Kathrine. How you doing?
hi po, I'm good po. Thanks. How are you guys?
Good, good.
Good.
Thank you
Thank you.
for joining us here in the migrant tribe. Okay, so to start off, um, is it true that the reason you wanted to study here in Australia was because when you were 5 years old, someone gave you a koala bear and you loved that koala bear so much, and you told your koala bear, "One day I will go to Australia and find your mother." Is that true? Is that why you're here in Australia now?
How I wish po it was the reason, but more complicated than that.
Okay, 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 okay. Let's move on to the next. Okay, thank you for your very honest answer. Okay, so to what kind of attracted you to Australia? What was that one thing that attracted you to Australia? And now that you're here in Australia, is it what you thought it would be?
Yeah, at first po, I was working for my first job was in a government bank in the Philippines po.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was experiencing like a midlife crisis and deciding to continue working or resigning. And then if I resign, what will I do? So my decision was to resign, and then the decision is to study overseas, and then the next step is to pick where.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked Australia because my parents won't allow me to go to a country without without relatives there or knowing anyone. So here po I
Okay.
have relatives and friends. So my parents were very supportive of me going because they know that in a way there are people that I can run to if all else fails or something happens. So that's why I chose Australia po, and my Cebu Pac flight. So
Okay, okay, yes, yes.
accessible po.
Budget
Yes.
airline, yes.
Apo. Yes
Okay,
po.
that's good. Okay, plugging. Okay.
And then when I arrived here po the first time in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
syempre my thinking was I know it's gonna be hard, but I didn't think that it would be so much harder than what I thought it would be. So after 1.5 years of studying in Sydney, I
Mm-hmm.
went back home to the Philippines because I thought, okay, I experienced living in abroad for a year and a half. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's I'm okay with it, and I can go back to the Philippines and work again and try again the corporate life.
Corporate world.
Yes po. And then when I went back home to the Philippines, I worked again in a bank.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought to myself, I couldn't see myself working all my life in this field or in this kind of culture in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, because it's very different for us. The working culture in the Philippines is very different for us, diba po? So again, I decided to come back here 2020. So I arrived here
2020,
again
just last year. Yep.
in Melbourne this time, not in Sydney anymore. Just few days shy of the closure of the borders. So I'm very lucky to be able to come here before the borders close.
interesting. Okay.
So did you come still for study or
Study po
when you
for
came
my
back still
masters.
to?
Yeah, for my
Okay.
masters. Yes.
So what field anyway, if you won't mind?
Accounting po. Master of
Account.
Accounting. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So currently, did you finish or what was the status?
I started March 2020 po and finishing next year 2022. So less than 6 months, one trimester to go na lang po.
Okay.
Regardless, pandemic or not, you
Yes
want to
po.
finish.
Mhm.
Okay. So kind of. So you had to apply twice, or okay?
Yes,
Take us
twice.
back
Yes.
during the first time. What was the process of applying? Did you just write? Did you look for schools, and then
Yes.
and did you have to take
So-
like an exam or something? Or
Yeah, the first step was to find the school.
Mhm.
My friend was in Sydney that time, so he helped me a lot about looking for the school and then the agent.
Mhm.
So I picked the school that he went to because he said it's good, and the agent was also his agent, and I didn't have to pay anything for the agent because usually nowadays the agents charge like 30,000 pesos. I
Really?
think minimum for processing your visa.
That's
and
outside of the
then-
fees that you have to pay, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
but this agent, I didn't have to pay him anything because he just gets commission from the school. So and then I had to get my IELTS, the exam, English exam, and then after that, just the documents, financials, academic documents, and then other crucial things that needed to, and then the PTE, the statement that you're going back to the Philippines after
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 your course.
finishing. Yeah, very crucial part
Document.
of submitting for the visa. And then luckily I was approved po and then went to Sydney na.
Sydney. Oh, okay. And did you have and you mentioned that you had family here?
Yes,
Are they
po.
in Sydney or in Melbourne?
In Melbourne po.
Melbourne. Oh, okay. So now you're closer to them.
Yes.
Okay. Erwin, do you have any questions?
I'm just listening to her
Okay,
stories.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, before arriving here to Australia, I'm sure you already had an idea what Australia life would be, and when you did start staying here in Australia, was it what you thought it would be, or was it a disappointment, or
It was a mix of disappointments and the things that I saw in the videos and the ads is
Mhm.
what it is. But then I was working in a I was working in a bank in a corporate world, and then when I went to Sydney, my first job was being a cleaner. So
totally
it was
Yep.
totally different for me.
Totally
But
different.
then that's the difference here in Australia. If any job is a job, you are respected for whatever you do. So
Correct.
I don't care if I'm a cleaner. So what? It gives me enough
Yes.
money to get me by. So and
Exactly.
the job it's fun. It's not the typical cleaner type that you get bullied and abused because you're just a cleaner.
Cleaner.
It
Exactly.
doesn't work that way here. So
You're respected,
But-
and your
yes.
job is very important.
yes, everyone is
Wow.
treated equally. So I was
Okay.
lucky that I didn't experience getting bullied for being cleaner.
And when the lockdown occurred, were you affected in terms of finding employment?
Yes, I was very much affected because I just arrived like 4 days before it was. I just arrived 4 days and then the borders were closed. My mom got stuck here. She was just supposed to stay for 2 weeks. She ended up staying for 2 months. So it was really a whirlwind experience for all of us. Yep. And then I couldn't find a job since I couldn't get out. I was just
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
just arrived. So that's the
Yeah.
very thing that happened to me during the pandemic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Is
having a
it-
family here is a plus factor, isn't it?
Yes, I am also living with my family here, so I'm very blessed to
Oh, yeah.
to have family, and they're very much supportive and helping me by letting me stay. And
Okay.
What I just want to ask, like So during the pandemic, you're doing the online schooling, is that right?
Yes, correct.
So where it used to be, it's supposed to be like a face-to-face school. So uh, what does it work for you, or would like bet? Is it better if it's going to be like face-to-face classes?
I still prefer face-to-face classes, but then it has also its perks. You just have to roll out your bed and then voila, you can log in and then
Right.
Press the button.
yes,
You don't have to
correct.
take the bus or the
Yeah,
tram.
but then
Class begins.
correct. But the interaction with other students that
Yeah.
also would be able to help you develop into
Yeah.
a better person is you're missing
Yes,
it.
very,
You're
very
missing the
essential.
social interaction that
Correct.
you don't get to talk to other people from different cultures because my school is with different international students as well. So
Correct.
that's what makes yeah.
Okay,
Beautiful.
okay. And in any memorable or unforgettable experience you had as an international student?
Um, I think the very thing that I couldn't forget is that the first time I came to Sydney is the first time that I ever lived far away from my family because for 26 years I lived my room is right next to my parents' room and I'm the only girl in the family, so I'm very close to my family.
Mhm.
And then when my mom came with me to Sydney to help me settle in, and
Mhm.
she had to go back to the Philippines. I remember riding the bus home or the train home, and then I was crying, and I was like, "Oh my God! I thought this just happens in the movies,
The movie.
but then it's happening now to me."
Now
So
you're living it, yeah.
yeah, I know. And then the other thing is when after 10 months I got to go to the Philippines to spend Christmas with the family. It's real.
Oh, that's nice.
It's real po pala the feeling that when the plane gets to land, you get that lump in your throat that you wanna cry. You don't know why, but it's just that you feel you're home. So that's the that's the thing that I couldn't forget.
No, so true, so true. Um, yes.
We can relate anyway.
Okay, that's nice. So yeah, you miss them. Let's be honest. When they're there, we kind of take them for granted. But
That's true
once
po.
once, okay. And
You value them more. Yeah.
and what did you start learning to do here that you weren't doing back then? Cooking,
Washing my
or
own
were you
clothes po.
doing
It's the very basic because I'm
Making
going
up your
back
room?
growing in the Philippines. We had yayas, but
Of
now
course.
I'm the yaya, so I'm my own yaya. So I have to do everything from cooking to washing my own clothes and the
Mm.
simple things, and then also
At least there's the
learning
washing
how.
machine. It's a,
Yes, that's true. You just have to put the clothes and then
Right.
you hang it, and then it's all done.
it's a dryer
Yeah, the
also.
simple things po. Yeah, and then I also had to learn how to do things on my own, like eating alone in the food court or watching a movie alone. That's the thing I couldn't get. But then I discovered that it's enjoyable. It's alone time is also fun.
Yes.
It's
You,
me
you,
time.
you learn a lot
Yeah.
about yourself.
That's true.
In a way, your generation's kind of good because of technology. It's
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I way back then I was staying in the United States. It was very different back then. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have cable TV or something. Or now, pretty much whatever they're watching there, you can watch it here. or and if you want to speak to one of your friends, you just have to grab your phone. Hey, what's up, or just message them. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing that this generation
Advantage for
is
everyone. Yes.
experiencing that we
Mhm.
didn't have back then.
Yeah, it seems that your connectivity is really connected, unlike our time before.
Mhm.
Even though when we call back home, you need to write first the ideas that you would like to tell to the family, because you're being you pay by the minute, so you must be
Mhm.
conscious of what you're going to tell. So if you want to cry while you want to communicate, do it later, because that
You'll
adds
just
up
eat
to the
up
cost.
the precious time.
And
So
then sometimes because you're just using the card, the call drop, and then that's it.
Oh no.
Yes, yes. So
Unlike now, yeah.
okay, okay. Um, of course, I'm sure this kind of crossed your mind also. Have you pictured yourself actually making a life here in Australia?
Actually, that's a
Oh,
nice
yes.
question. That's my
Yes.
question.
The answer is yes.
You are.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Ah.
Because I've mentioned, it's not that I'm bad mouthing the Philippine work culture, but
Mhm.
work-life balance is so different here in Australia than in the Philippines.
Correct.
So I've experienced both, and I think I prefer here in Australia.
Australia. Right.
Not unless if you work in the company of Sir Erwin. He's
Ooh.
practicing work-life balance.
Actually, actually, Joseph, I have a question. Can I ask
Yes.
that question? The one that I asked before before we recording
Uh,
started?
Sure,
just
po,
just
go ahead.
just be
Okay.
be clear with the
Yeah.
terms, okay? For
Okay.
those
There's
people out there.
okay, Miss Kathrine. Does
Mhm.
LDR work for you?
Yeah, as I've mentioned earlier po, there are two different LDRs. The first one is long distance relationship and the second one is lockdown relationship. I think the first LDR po doesn't work. It didn't work for me. So
Okay.
Mm.
the second one, I think it it works. We can work it out.
It's
'Cause
working or
I think
it
it's
can
working.
The second one is
Oh,
working.
The
it's
second one,
working.
it's working.
The
Yeah,
You can
second
cope
one.
up
it's
The
working.
second
with
version
lockdowns.
of
Yeah,
LDR.
the second version. So
Okay, so
yeah.
it's working. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Okay,
We'll-
we won't go into details. Okay, we'll stay there. Okay, okay.
Thank you for answering that question.
Thank you for being honest. Okay. Okay. Um, one of the ways we were able to touch base with Kathrine
Yes.
was because she was referred by one of the leaders of GK Australia, and because you were one of their volunteers. Could you share with us some of your experience as a GK Australia volunteer here?
So far, the experience is that the first time I knew about, I didn't know that there was Gawad Kalinga in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But then last year, August 2020, they posted on Pinoy's in Melbourne that they're giving out vouchers for international students
Yes.
who need
Yes.
help. So that's how I knew about them. And then later on, Tita Marisa posted that they needed volunteers to be able to continue to help other international students. So since it's pandemic, I'm not doing anything, and why not put my time in good use? So I volunteered to help. So that's how I knew about them. The first project that we did is the concert last December with Ryan Kayabyab. It's like a fundraising activity for helping the cause of GK. So that's how I knew about them. And it was nice to be able to connect with other Filipinos
Yes.
in Melbourne and in Australia, because there are also others members in the whole Australia. And now we're working as the called it's called COVID. It's a multicultural organization that we help disseminate pertinent information about COVID to be able to inform people of what's really happening, like the vaccination, the cases, and
How's that
every
coming
step
along?
that we're doing. So now we're posting all of those things in social media, and as well as doing some background, because we can't do any social activities outdoors or in person, so all is online. So it's going well, I think, because we've reached a lot of Filipinos, and not only Filipinos. I think we also reach other
Other migrants?
multicultural people. So I think it's a good cause, and I'm very lucky to be part of it.
Okay. Okay.
So are you encouraging others to take the same path, volunteering?
Yes, I think volunteering is very much important, because I was helped, so I'm just paying it forward.
Okay,
I was
very
also
good.
a scholar back in the Philippines, and I think it's my time to, in any way that I can. It's not that I can give money to for them to use, or at least I can give my time and effort to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's like we'll do some quick questions like the first thing that comes into your mind.
Okay
Okay.
po.
Favorite food in Australia?
The fruits.
The fruits. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Favorite place?
Melbourne Central.
Okay.
Shopee.
Okay. That's not literal. That's good.
See?
That's good. Favorite
She's
person
showing
in
her
Australia?
Sorry. What was that
Favorite
po?
person in Australia?
My baby cousin, Amanda. She's just 1 year old. I'm taking
Okay.
care of her from since she was baby.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
So any Australian that you admire?
Australian. You mean po celebrity or?
Regardless, any OC, celebrity, ordinary person, or
Oh, I like po Dan
sports
Andrews
person.
of what he's doing, and I admire him
So
for what he's doing. Yes.
your Uncle Dan.
Yeah. Si Papa Dan, we call him Papa Dan.
Okay.
Okay.
Favorite drink?
Drink Coke Zero.
Okay. That's okay. Not too Australian there. That's pretty the standard. Okay. Okay. So let's say if
Gin.
yes, Joey. Erwin. What's something?
I thought it's Jin Beam.
Fortunately not.
No, her mom and dad are watching, so
Mm.
I'm too old na po for
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So restrictions are now being lifted, and what are your plans in the next coming weeks? Work or face-to-face school? What's in the pipeline for you?
Recently po I just got hired. I was an intern and I got hired. So I
Congratulations.
think thank you po. So I think we're going back to the office this November. So that's the next one. And then for Gawad Kalinga po, we have so many activities in line with the multicultural society. So first we have bowling coming up. So that will happen this November, I think. And then the Fiesta Filipino, it's gonna be a big event po. It was supposed to be a celebration of the 75th Phil
Yes.
Aussie
Yes, last
relationship, but
earlier this year, but yeah,
yes,
it got
but
canceled.
then COVID, so we're moving it to January, I think. So hopefully we will be
So
able
you're
to.
part of the volunteers for
Yes,
that.
yes, po.
Good for you.
So hope to see you all po there,
Yeah, of course.
and
Of course.
as well as
Erwin.
all the Filipino community.
Mervin, listen, she's inviting you. to come.
Yes.
You can attend po. We're putting it on Facebook Live, so you can also attend virtually.
Yes.
In January.
January.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Yes
good.
po. And then I'll graduate po on March, so we'll see what happens next.
That we can attend if you invite us.
Hopefully po, there's a graduation ceremony already.
Okay. Where by the way, where school? Is it just in the city?
Yes po, Kaplan Business School.
Oh.
Kaplan in Daklan?
Yes po.
No. Daklan, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So kind of winding down now. Okay. So if you had an advice for there's someone out there who's contemplating on studying here in Australia, any general advice for them?
I think I would say go for it because before I went here po, it's always I was hesitant, but then I think we only regret the chances that we don't take. So I
Exactly.
think just go for it because you'll just have what if for life. I will also have what ifs, but at least I tried. I did everything I could so that I get to experience life. Like you grow when you get out of your comfort zone, and I can attest to that it really works.
Yes.
So
Yes. That's good.
And
That's good.
maybe I can have the last question
Sure, John.
regarding LDR.
Oh my god.
No,
I thought we were
no,
past
no,
that.
it's a lockdown response because
Okay po.
like her, we also graduated from lockdown 6. So what tips can you give on how to survive LDR?
I think what's communication is the key. It's the key to success. So just
Reach
keep,
out. Yeah.
yeah, just keep talking with them, and just see them when you can. Then effort din po, it doesn't mean that you don't see each other, you stop from making an effort to show that you love someone or something like that. So communication po.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Joseph, I thought it's a whole episode by itself. We can set aside
It's a
Sure,
big,
sure.
it's
We'll have her back
a
again.
long, long.
Now,
can
since she has a lot to say.
the whole day. Kathrine has so many things to talk about it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the time is up.
That's enough time.
and this is how we this is how we treat guests. So
Yeah.
maybe
That's why
there
they
will
never
be
come
no
back.
next time.
So again, congratulations. Good luck on all your endeavors. If there's one thing that people should take away from it, you're making the most. If ever of the whatever situation that you have. You were here, you went back. Who says that you come back here? So now you're back here, and hopefully, you'll find a pathway to stay here in Australia. So to
And
all
you can
our,
always come back and tell us that can I have another episode for being a successful international student.
Hopefully po, hopefully.
yes,
It's in the
definitely,
making.
definitely.
And
We'll keep in
congrats in
touch.
advance.
Thank you
We're-
po. Can I just ask lang po the viewers if they want to like and follow our Gawad Kalinga page, so that they will be updated with the activities that we will be having soon. So
I'll
it's,
post the link. I'll post the link on
yes.
our description
Yes,
and
please.
on our pages, and they can
Alright.
join. Okay. Thank you
Or do you
again.
have any?
Thank you.
Do you have any album upcoming or?
Oh, I wish
Concerts
po, how I wish, but no.
No.
or
Okay. No
book
worries.
signing. Okay. Okay.
Thank you po for having me. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. And God bless.
And to all our viewers, thank you for continue watching the Migrant Tribe. Every Tuesdays we got new episode, and if for some reason you like this, please subscribe to our channel. That way, you continue